Distinguished guests, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is our pleasure to welcome you to today's significant event, the Outcome Sharing Meeting for the 2024 MEF Fellowship Program. Today, we gather to reflect on and share the remarkable experiences from this year's fellowship journey. 15 dedicated trainees will present their study outcomes from Yonsei University, South Korea, sharing heartfelt stories that promise to inspire and motivate us all. The MEF Fellowship Program is not only an opportunity for advancing professional skills, but also an unforgettable cultural exchange on the international stage. You will hear stories, achievements, and deep impressions from the fellows, bringing emotions and special encouragement to each one of us. We are especially honored to welcome delegates from Yonsei University, University of Medicine and Pharmacy at Ho Chi Minh City, and representatives from the MEF Project Office. Your presence enriches today's event, making it even more complete and meaningful. From the Yonsei University, attending online with us, we would like to introduce Professor Choi In-hong, Chief of Sector 3 of MEF Project from Yonsei University. From the MEF office, we would like to introduce Professor Min-Geol, Director of MEF Office in UMP. From University of Medicine and Pharmacy at Ho Chi Minh City, we would like to introduce Professor Pham, Coordinator of MEF Project in UMP. Professor Ngoc, Vice Head of Scientific Technology Department. And Professor Pham, Dean of Odonto-Stomatology. And we would also like to warmly welcome the fellows and colleagues present in the outcome sharing meeting today. On this special occasion, we're honored to welcome Professor Choi In-hong from Yonsei University. Professor Choi is joining us online today to deliver a congratulatory message to our fellows and all participants.
Good afternoon, 2024 MEF Fellows. I'm so glad to see you again. I think all of you settle back into UMP life and get busy with your routine. But you should remember these two college buildings you stayed for 6 months. I know how hard you worked and also how much fun you had at Yonsei. I really hope that your experience at Yonsei, especially in the early days of your professional journey, opened your eyes to new possibilities for research and clinical work. Your mentors at Yonsei regarded each and every one of you as outstanding and passionate colleagues. They mentioned it was truly fulfilling to guide you. I also hope that during that time you took a moment to look back at the path you've worked so far and got ready to fly high toward the future. And I'm asking one more thing. While you're at Yonsei, one of the important goals was to learn the way of how researchers communicate each other, from clinical to basic sciences, not only in Korea, but globally. Let's keep pushing to broaden your horizons globally by connecting with researchers worldwide and sharing insights. You do not just contribute to your own university or country, but making an impact on a global scale. 2024 MEF Fellows, thank you very much for visiting Yonsei. Please keep Yonsei in your mind. I also appreciate deeply Professor Tang, other UMP professors, Professor Min-Geol Lee, and MEF office staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Choi. I would like to announce to everyone there is a slight change in our schedule. So we will go ahead with the flower giving session first because Professor Dak is running a little bit late. So next, I would like to invite our 2024 MEF Fellows to join us on stage to receive the beautiful flowers as a token of our appreciation for their hard work and dedication. So I would like to invite the following fellows: Dr. Duong Van Tho, Dr. Kim Sung Wang, Dr. Nguyen Nhạc Duy, Dr. John T. Thanh Nguyen, Dr. Duong Van Tho, Dr. Lê Hoai Phuc, Dr. Nguyen Minh Nhum, Dr. Pham Minh, Dr. Võ Phương Quynh, Dr. Lê Thị Ngọc Anh, Dr. Duong Van Tho, Dr. Nguyen Thien Minh. And we would like to invite Professor Lee Min-Geol, Professor Pham Lê Anh, and Professor Ngoc and Professor Pham Van Khoa to give the fellows flowers. Congratulations to each of you for your outstanding contributions and hard work. Let's give them another big round of applause. As we conclude the group photo session, I would like to invite Professor Pham Lê Anh to continue coordinating the program. Please join me in welcoming Professor Pham Lê Anh.
Yeah, thank you very much. Dear our delegate, distinguished delegate, Professor Choi In-hong, Professor Lee, Professor Khoa, and Professor Dang, and all of our participants. Today is a very honor and also delighted to join with you in very important event. After 6 months to do research and to find out some news in the very good environment for research, you can learn a lot from our teaching staff from Yonsei. I think that is the first, how to say that, very impressive for me. 24 years ago, I also have the same feeling after I returned from UCI, University of California, Irvine. And I hope that all of us, we have to stay together, to work together, to build up the research capacity, and also for our junior researcher, and also publish a lot of paper for UMP. And today, all of us, we would like to listen for your experience in the 6 months. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And today, I would like to invite Dr. Dung Van Diep. She is faculty teaching staff from Faculty of Medicine. Her presentation about the core GLASS procedures and activities. Thank you.
So good afternoon. 안녕하세요. Good afternoon, professors and colleagues. My name is Duong Van Tho. I am currently senior lecturer at the researcher department of biochemistry, Faculty of Medicine, UMP, and today I am honored to be the first to share my outcome experience at Yonsei University, Gangnam Severan Hospital. First of all, I would like to express my deep gratitude to UMP MEF program and Khoa for their support and sponsor and support me throughout this journey. So my talk, including 4 sections: the welcome ceremony, co-glass project, English scientific communication, and outgoing project with professor. So here is my name tag at Yonsei University, and here this picture was taken at the welcoming ceremony. Our first day, first meal, and the welcome ceremony. So Mr. Lee welcomed us at Incheon International Airport and took us to our hotel. And our first dinner was at Korean barbecue restaurant Gogi Gui. And here's the first meeting, our orientation meeting. And this picture, this our study room. And here is this picture took at Han River, and here is in Wangsan Mountain. We climb up into the top of the Yin Wangsan, and actually we took a picture in here, and it's an unforgettable moment for us. Also, we have chance to have been built with, here is Professor Min-Geol, Professor In Hong Choi, and Yonsei professors. We like Korean Korean food, especially we love ekmoguk. And here is some pigeon that Professor In Hong Choi give us in Chuseok holiday. And also we have chance to go to Jeju in field trip with Mr. Lee. On the first day we flew to Jeju, it was rainy and windy, but the next day, surprisingly, the sky was clear and sunny, peaceful, and we have an unforgettable trip. We also have chance to learn scientific communication and scientific writing in English with Professor Park Chin. And here is some picture taken from our lab with my lab work. And here's picture me with Professor Kim at the international conference LMCE. So next, I would like to introduce about my mentor, Professor Jong Sok-hoon. He is member of Clinical Microbiology Division of the Korean Society Laboratory Medicine, and he also planning director Korean Society for Clinical Microbiology, and as well as full member of the Korean Academy of Medical Sciences. And he also co-glass national antibiotics surveillance researcher. And here is Assistant Professor Dong Kyun Kim. Field of study of my mentor professors are molecular biological diagnosis of infections, molecular epidemiology of infectious diseases, and molecular biological elucidation and antimicrobial resistant mechanism. Is elucidating the horizontal transfer mechanism of antibiotic resistant genes. There are many projects in Professor Jong Sok-hoon lab, but co-glass is the most biggest and important project in his lab. So co-glass stands for Korea Global Antimicrobial Resistant Surveillance System. GLASS, Global Antimicrobial Resistant Monitoring System, initiated by World Health Organization, WHO, and a part of global action plan in facing the issue of antimicrobial resistance. Structure and governance of co-glass. Here is working part and management part. In working part, the hospital sentinel site in a third phase of co-glass, there are 10 hospitals in 10 regions involved in, and analysis center, central lab, and quality control center. We can see in here this picture, the blue arrow and the red arrow. The red arrow is coordination, feedback, communication, and the green arrow is bacterial isolate. It means that the bacterial isolate from the hospital sentinel site sent to analysis center, and 5% of them sent to quality control center. And the gray arrow is processing data. So in Vietnam, we just have this gray arrow, just processing data sent to government and sent to WHO.
Thank you.
But in here, in
Thank you,
Kuglas,
Professor Diep. We are on time.
in Kuglas,
We
it
are on
means the
time.
system in Korea. They also had analysis center and quality control center. All data sent to Kuglas
Sorry,
database.
we have only 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're finished now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And in my presentation, I just give some slide for giving experience example of Kuglas, target pathogen for Kuglas, and clinical information also collected. And with this data, we can see the number of isolate collected increase year by year. And we can see the tendency or trend of the change of resistant rate. We also can see the arm rate.
Sorry, you can finish
comparison.
because we have to follow strictly the timeline. Only 5 minutes, please.
Okay, so finish.
Yes.
The last slide. Okay, so here's some examples. So I just I just would like to talk about our ongoing research project 2024 and 2025 with our mentor professor under the title Molecular Epidemiology, Antimicrobial Resistance and Virulence Factor of Klebsiella pneumoniae causing hospital-acquired sepsis and pneumonia. And I would like to thank you, Khoa, MEF program, and UMP give me the opportunity to have such wonderful short-term study course in Korea, in Seoul. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we will welcome on stage Professor Ngoc to give us a speech on stage. Please welcome Professor Nhat.
Good afternoon, Professor Lee, Professor Ang, and our distinguished researchers and fellowship for MEF project. So I remember this is the second time I attend the MEF outcomes conference. So I'm very happy to be here, and on behalf of our university, let me brief introduce some short detail about the project. Since 2021, UMP and Yonsei University have collaborated on the medical education for future MEF for short project under COICA sponsorship. Up to now, the project has achieved remarkable results, contributing the strengthening capacity for higher medical education, not only for UMP but also in Vietnam for in general. One of the project fundamental activity is a provide fellowship for residency, postgraduate, and lecturers of UMP. For the in terms of the MEF fellowship 2024 started from May 2024 to October 2024 has obtained a positive outcome. We have 15 participants from diverse faculties such as medicine, pharmacy, public health, Odonto-Stomatology, nursing, and medical technologies. I mean, it's a cover on faculty in our university have joined the program. So I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to you for your efforts and hard work to complete this valuable fellowship. And I believe this meeting will be a great chance for us to share our experience and learn from each other. In the continuation of this successful fellowship, we are honored to announce the MEF Fellowship 2025 is now open for registration. I hope that the fellowship as well as the MEF project will thrive and achieve more fruitful results. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, our rector, Professor Da. Yeah. And now we invite the second speaker. I would like to recommend you. We have only 5 minutes for each of presentation. Please, Dr. Kim Sung Loan, her presentation about the network analysis of intercorrelation between trait, metformin, mental health, and quality of life among breast cancer patients, please.
안녕하세요. Good afternoon, distinguished professors, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kim Sun Loan, and I'm honored to be 2024 MEF Fellows, and it's my privilege to be here today to present to you all about my academic journeys during the past 6 months in Korea. So the topics for my research is about a network analysis of the intercorrelation between trait mindfulness, mental health, and quality of life in patients with breast cancer. And this research was complete by unwavering support for my mentor, professors from Department of Psychiatry, College of Medicine at Yonsei University. And I would like to, I'm excited that we submitted our journal to a scientific report on the 12th of this month. And also we have posted the presentation just a few days ago for a psycho-oncology symposium. And conducting this study, so I would like to share with you a little bit about the network analysis, the methods, the new methods that I have changed to learn in Korea. This is a powerful approach that used to visualize and examine the correlations among variables. For this study, we use our software, and we conduct many steps to finalize the outcome. And this is a very complex process and plenty of work we have to do, but the insights gains were worth effort. And while time limits my ability to present all the results, so I will share key findings of our study. So this is the network model, which not represented by the variables, and also the X represents for the correlation. With the blue one represents for the positive correlations, and the red one represents for the negative correlations between two knots. And the thicker the X reflect stronger connections. And also we're using modularity analysis to identify 3 communities. So we find, we name each community like mind, body, and socioeconomic status, which is we found out some variables clustered together. And among them, emotional functioning reflect as the highest betweenness, closeness, and strength in related to centrality in this. This imply that emotional functioning is a critical node influence the other nodes. And also, we use expected influence to find out that trait mindfulness have an impact on emotional functionings. And this result suggests that helping patients to cultivate trait mindfulness could be a meaningful way to support their mental health and also quality of life. And I was inspired by these positive results, and also by my attending to mindfulness meditations led by my professors at Yonsei University for cancer patients. So this experience made me believe even strongly in the potential of mindfulness in helping to improve mental health in psycho-oncology. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to professionals in Korea and Vietnam who guide and support me through this journey. And thank you to my fellow members for the memorable days we spent together, sharing struggles, you know what I mean, joys, and ultimately complete these programs successfully. Thank you for your listening. 감사합니다.
Thank you for Dr. Kim Sung Loan. Yeah. The third one, I would like to invite Dr. Nguyễn Nhật Duy. His presentation about prediction of cervical spine instability in relation to the facet joint resection extent of the foraminectomy by using finite element analysis. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Professor and delegate. I am Nguyễn Nhật Duy. I'm delighted today to share with you the outcome of participating in the fellowship in 2024. The MAP fellowship is the transformative experience M2 in enhance three primary areas: medical education, clinical training, and research and capabilities. About myself, I am a neurosurgeon. I focus on spine surgery, and I want to promote a minimal invasive spine surgery, which offer patient faster recovery and reduce pain. This is my mentor and me. My main project is the research with title Reduction of Cervical Spine Instability in Relation to Facial Joint Resection Extent of foraminectomy by using finite element analysis. This is the first time I participate in trial lab. My study aims to provide guidelines for optimal surgical practice that minimize the risk of instability. My study in a process of writing Prof, and we will submit it in December this year. Additionally, I am proud to have oral presentation in international conference and Choi in kind of a workshop training and attend at a scientific research lecture. And I have many chances to learn new technique. Beyond the academic, I immerse myself in Korean culture. I can change to enjoy Korean cuisine. And I have I take a memory trip to Jeju trip. Expression, I have the collaborate with my professor with the research with title All-Arm Navigation Guided Unilateral Bivocal Endoscopic Lumbar Intervention UPAT lift using an olive case. We are submitted in neurospine and under reviewing. In a summary, I think the MAP fellowship is a remarkable journey of learning, research, and cultural exchange. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for the three first presentation. For Dr. Diep, the first one, she would like to give us some new activities about national antibiotic resistant surveillance system that related to Vietnamese situation. And the second one, Dr. Kim Sung Loan, she had her presentation about the new model about the threat, the network analysis, visualized research results, and also related to theory driven. And now it's very powerful for research with the treatable threat in clinical science. And also the third one, Dr. Nhật Duy, he attended some new activities and new techniques in the cervical spine surgical. Now we are the four presentation. I would like to invite Dr. Trần Thị Thanh Loan. Her present in Faculty Medicine. Her presentation about clinical pathology characteristic of pediatric lupus nephritis in Vietnam, please.
Good afternoon, Professor, my colleagues and beloved fellows. My name is Trần Thị Thanh Loan. I'm honored to share with you our specific research outcome during the fellowship programs. This group picture taken during closing ceremony in Seoul Yonsei University. My mentors is Professor Min from Pathology Department. Our first outcome is a poster presentation about clinical pathological characteristics of pediatric lupus nephritis in Vietnam. I would like to show some data related to our primary research. Table 1 summarizes the laboratory features observed in 86 pediatric patients with initial biopsy-relevant lupus nephritis. Here shows main characteristic of nephritic histopathology spreading from biopsy in table 2. I showed in figure 1, the scatter plot illustrates the relationship between activity index and proteinuria 24 hours with significantly and this finding suggests that the correlation between disease activity with renal functions. This slide presents histopathological changes in various lesions of lupus nephritis in figure 2 and evaluations in immunohistochemical expressions in figure 3. And through immunohistochemistry, we can detect some specific marker related to immune mechanisms. And you can see positive expressions IHCs in inflammatory regions. In this slide, I would like to focus on second research related to artificial intelligence in kidney transplant pathologies, a systematic review. We follow the RISMA 2020 guideline to ensure the transparency and comprehensive approach. Out of 1,402 clinical studies, but only 31 studies includes in review for final analysis. And this one, the table 1 show the classification of 31 including study in final analysis. These systematic reviews synthesize the current advancement and identify knowledge gap for future research. A review examines how AI can improve diagnostic accuracy, predict outcome, and streamline pathology workflows in kidney transplants. Laboratory activities play an important role in our research. I have a chance to visit Department of Pathology and Molecular Pathology Laboratory in Yonsei Cancer Center. I attend some meeting and conference in Seoul. For me, Brexit and corrections has been the most rewarding part of this program, and we can build a collaborative scientific community to support our research to get meaningful outcomes. And the last one, I'm deeply grateful to everyone who supported me throughout these journeys. I also extend my thanks to the UMP administrations and my colleagues in my department for giving me the chance to participate in this program. Thank you for all your attention. 정말 감사합니다.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Thanh Loan. We heard about her result of research about find out the correlation between activity index and protein rate in lupus nephritis in children, Vietnamese children. And we hope that you can find out something with AI, artificial intelligence, to predict the outcome in the future. We would like to, the next one, we would like to invite Dr. Duong Van Tho from SAPHARCEN. His presentation about the in silico affinity maturation for nanobody and molecular biology for nanobody affinity test. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Duong Van Tho. I come from SAPHARCEN. Today, I will present my research experience in Yonsei. My research is about in silico affinity maturation for nanobody and molecular biology for nanobody affinity test. I work under the guidance of my mentor, Professor Kim Chu-young, in the Department of Pharmacology. My research content includes two parts. The first part is in silico affinity maturation for nanobody. Nanobody is a protein, a small single domain antibody derived from cameloids, such as camels or muscat. Normally, antibody include two chain, the heavy chain and light chain. But in antibody in cameloid, there are only one chain, heavy chain. You can see that nanobody is smaller size than compared to antibody. And nanobody has many therapeutic application. For example, Captacizumab is a drug approved by FDA in the treatment for thrombosis. Antibody is also has application in the detection of disease, and antibody can conjugate with some drug to deliver drug to the target protein. HER2 protein is a protein on the cell membrane that can affect to the cell growth division, especially in some disease such as breast cancer or gastric cancer. To prevent the cancer, we can design some nanobody to bind to the HER2 and prevent the action of the HER2. In the lab, we use the Maestro software to design and predict the structure of biomolecules. We use two techniques. The first one is alanine scanning to identify the critical amino acid in the nanobody. This is the result of alanine scanning. The second technique I use is residue scanning to identify the mutation of some residues in nanobody that can increase the binding affinity of nanobody and receptor. This is the result of residue scanning. In the end, I can find that amino acid number 101 Y is a critical amino acid in nanobody when interact with protein HER2. And further process for affinity maturation is in process in the lab. The second part of my research is about develop a tool for measuring the affinity between nanobody and protein. To do that, we transfer the gene that encodes the nanobody into the vector, and after that, we transform the vector to equalize cell and roll up the cell to increase the number of vector. We use a step in the protocol of DNA cloning PCR to have the DNA gene of interest. We did gel electrophoresis to choose the band that we want. We digest the vector and the DNA gene of interest with the same resistance enzyme. We did gel electrophoresis to choose the band that we want. After that, we did ligation to ligate connect the DNA insert and the vector. We transform the recombinant DNA into the cell and roll up the cell overnight. After that, we did colony PCR to choose the vector that we want. We extract the vector from the cells and send the sample to the service company to check the sequence if the sequence is correct or not. Beside the lab, I also have the chance to join the lab scientific writing papers with Professor Jin Young Bak. I had the opportunity to join with my mentor professor in edit one paper, and the paper will be submitted to the journal. I also have the chance to go to the field trip with my fellows to Jeju Island. In the end, I would like to say thank you to all professors, my friends, my labmates who always be kind and helpful to me during my time in Korea. This is the end of my research. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for Dr. Duong Van Tho. This is the presentation. Yeah. And now I would like to invite the next one, Dr. Trần Thị Hồng Nguyen. She's a faculty staff of pharmacy department faculties. Her presentation about polypharmacy and medication adherence among diabetic patients in Vietnam, a retrospective cross-sectional study.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Trần Thị Hồng Nguyen from the Department of Pharmaceutical Administration in the Faculty of Pharmacy at UMP. Today, I'm delighted to share the outcomes of my participation in the 2024 MEF Fellowship Program. This is the outline of my presentation. First, I will discuss the MEF Fellowship experience at Yonsei University. Next, I will share the insights into my research project, highlighting the objectives, methodology, and some findings. Finally, I will talk about the cultural experience and friendship I've gained through this journey. I will begin with an overview of the MEF Fellowship at Yonsei University, where I had a chance to learn more about my field and make a valuable connection with others in the academic community. This fellowship has been a great opportunity to connect my faculty and Yonsei University. At Yonsei, I had a chance to work with Professor Kim Chang-soo and Professor Kim Tae-hoon, who guide me in reviewing the research results and share the knowledge in some fields that are very interesting, such as the health technology assessment, the research methods and statistics, and also the real-world data and information system. I also joined the scientific communication in English class with Professor Chin Chong-pak, which helped me to improve my research communication skill. This experience had improved my research abilities and allowed me to get a useful feedback and insights from the experienced professors. For my research capacity, I focused on developing the skills in three key areas: research design, data processing, and data analysis. First, in the research design, through preparing my research proposal and working with my professor, I gained some skills in designing research studies. This including the literature review, formulating the research questions, setting up the research hypothesis, analyzing the data, and evaluating and discussing about the results. Next, in the data processing, I collected the data in a hospital in Vietnam and performed the data analysis. Because of this type of data from the electronic records, I got some limitation with the data quality and availability. To address this, I focused on the data mining techniques and learned how to standardize the data for analysis. Finally, my professor introduced me the new tools for data analysis, such as SAS or 3A software. One of the highlights of the program for me was improving my scientific communication skills in English. I learned so much and like how to write the research papers and proposal in a way that is clear, concise, and impactful. I also picked up the skill on how to present the research finding effectively. On the top of that, I gained valuable self-study techniques, and thanks to Professor Chin Chong Pak, I also learned what it takes to be a good role model in teacher. This was such an inspiring and practical part of the program for me. Now, let me introduce the specific research projects I worked on during the fellowship. My primary research project focused on the cost-effectiveness of the renal replacement therapies for end-stage renal disease in Vietnam. The objectives were including the first, assessing the cost of the illness associated with the peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis, and then evaluate the quality of life for the patient undergoing these treatments, and finally conduct a cost effectiveness analysis, compare the peritoneal dialysis versus hemodialysis for the patient with the end-stage renal disease. We conducted this study using real-world data in the experimental phase of applying the health technology assessment. And based on my professor review and insight, I realized some limitation. And one of the big things is the sample size was relatively small, and the data were collected from a single center. So these limitations highlight the need for the further research to validate our result or make a stronger recommendation. In addition to the renal replacement therapy project, I also work on a study examining the policy pharmacy and medication adherence among diabetic patients in Vietnam. We collected and analyzed the data on medication usage patient and adherence rate, which are critical for improving the patient outcomes. Currently, the data analysis is being finalized, and I hope I could finish the manuscript as soon as possible and submit to get a review from my professor. Beyond the academic activities, the MEF fellowship were deeply enriching my personal experience. And this is some of my favorite moments during the program. I loved the gesture chief that we could visit a famous place and learning about the Korean history and traditions. I also really enjoyed the experiencing about the Korean culture through the amazing food and exciting festival. Another highlight was spending time with other participants. We are sharing many learning moments and cultural exchange and help us to build a strong friendships. This experience not only gave me a better understanding of the Korea, but also helped me to appreciate the value of working and connecting with the people from different parts of the world. It truly broadened my perspective. In conclusion, I just want to say that the 2024 MEF Fellowship has been a truly life-changing experience for me. It helped me grow academically, professionally, and personally in so many ways. I'm deeply grateful to Yonsei University, Khoika, my mentor, my department at UMP, and all my fellow participants for their support and encouragement throughout this journey. And thank you for your attention.
Yeah. Thank you very much for Dr. Trần Thị Hồng Nguyen. She had to learn a lot from new technology of data mining, and also prove to us very new technology with new SIS software, and learn a lot from two projects. The next one, I would like to invite Dr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hà, the Faculty of Medicine. Yeah, she also have the presentation about the novel role of cacao powder, toxin, placenta peptide, and monopolar radiofrequency device as anti-aging therapies. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Professor, and everyone attending here today. It's really great to be here again. My name is Nguyễn Ngọc Hà, a dermatologist under the guidance of Professor Chu-hee Lee and Professor Young-in Lee in the MEF Fellowship Program. Today, I will be presenting my end of program report to recapitulate my progress for the past 5 months. Before commencing, I would like to express my utmost gratitude towards the MEF Fellowship Program administrators for providing me this one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in such an incredible project, not only elevating my research capabilities, but also broadening my horizon. My presentation consists of 4 main parts. To begin with, I would like to share with all of you some pictures capturing my work at the lab. As a clinician, These experiences were completely new to me. As a result, the first article I published on the 6th of November with title, The Role of Cacao Powder in Enhancing Skin Moisture and Reducing Wrinkle, a 12-week clinical trial and in vitro study in the journal Current Issues in Molecular Biology with impact factor 2.8 and Q2. The second article I submitted on the 8th of November was Post-Placenta Peptide as a Novel Agent for Skin Rejuvenation in a 12-week prospective randomized controlled clinical study, and at the present under review by editor in Journal of Clinical Medicine with impact factor 3 and Q1. Next, the third paper I already finished and now prepare to submit this month to the Yonsei Medical Journal with the topic Assessing Efficacy and Influencing Factors on the Response to Secukinumab in Moderate to Severe Hidradenitis Suppurativa patients, a 48-week prospective non-controlled clinical trial. Simultaneously, we are conducting another project, Efficacy of Monopolar Radiofrequency in Treating Age-Related Facial Hyperpigmentation, a 16-week clinical trial and ex vivo study. Today, we finish the 4-week time point and will wrap up a prospective split-phase randomized single-blinded clinical trial by the end of December when the final participant reaches week 16 follow-up. Meanwhile, an ex vivo study is being performed to corroborate the finding in the RCD. And we are also performing some in vitro experiments in another project, investigation of vitamin D suppression effects on keloid proliferation and fibrosis via Wnt5a signaling pathways. Besides, I have the chance to submit 2 e-posters to Korean Dermatological Association conference. The first one was Efficacy of Monopolar Radiofrequency in Treating Age-Related Facial Hyperpigmentation, a single-center retrospective analysis. And the second one was Age-Related Changes in Scalp Biophysical Parameters, a comparative analysis of the 20 and 50 age groups. Next, I would like to show you some conferences and training courses that I attended during the past 5 months, namely the Aesthetic Surgery and Laser Society, Korean Intensive Aesthetic Training 2024, Korean Dermatological Association Autumn Meeting, Anti-Aging Dermatology Research Forum, Reyes Conference, Hands-on Tender Match, and so on. And the right photo was a really nice picture with all the certificates I have achieved at Yonsei University. There are some lovable memories with my professors and cheerful lunchtime with other lab mates. Last but not least, unforgettable experiences with my beloved fellows. This is the end of my report. Once again, I would like to convey my profound appreciation to my mentors for teaching and guiding me during my stay in Yonsei, despite the busy schedule. I also want to pay tribute to Professor Min-Geol, Professor In-Hong Choi, Professor Shin Ki-an for your enthusiastic support. Many thanks to all the staff in the MEF program, all the fellows, and everyone I have met along this journey for these wonderful memories and experiences that I won't ever forget. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nguyen Ngọc Hà. Yeah, we proud of for your work. With your first author osmot in 6 papers, and 2 of them include in the Q1, and also many new products in the future. We are waiting for you. The next one is Dr. Phuc. Yeah, Dr. Phuc. He's from the Faculty of Odonto-Stomatology. It's a presentation about the comparison of patients' specific plate and pre-pen plate for preserving condylar position in mandible reposition. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor. Good afternoon, fellowship, and my friend. Today, I'm very happy and to be here to share my gratitude for MAF 2024 fellowship program. Thank you for UMB. Thank you for John University and MAF staff office for happy 6 months in Yonsei University. Today, I'm very happy to be here to share my research in Yonsei University. With the topic I researched in Yonsei University based on specific blade versus reband for preserving condyle position in mandible reconstruction. So I want to thank you for my professor and all professors in Yonsei University in the Department of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery, and I want to very proud for that because the School of Dentistry is the first place in the world university ranking for the both 2023 and 2024, and I want to thank very much for my professor Dong Wook Kim. He very helped me a lot of things in when I study in Yonsei University, and he have a lot of paper in the impacted journal, in international journal. And so I want to share my thing, all thing I learned, study in the Yonsei University. The first thing I study in the scientific writing lab under guidance from Professor Chin. We have a lot of things, how to write the scientific manuscript, identify and correct the mistake, and how to mark the perfect manuscript before submission. And with the under guidance with my professor, help me revise manuscript after surgery and step-by-step process for submission. And one special thing I study in Yonsei University with my professor, I Choi in the class statistical analysis and R program class under guidance with my professor. I study this program and apply it on my manuscript. And with beside the how to write the manuscript, data analysis, and submit the paper, I also study in clinical experience with my professor, and the technique shown today is a modern technique in oral maxillofacial surgery, and my research in Yonsei University is how to do this technique. And with the guidance with my professor, I have the chance for join in the workshop in join today, conducted by Korean Association of Oral Maxillofacial Surgeons, and had a chance for meet a lot of professors famous in Asia. And I had the chance for study in microsurgery. Also, I have the chance join in the microsurgery workshop conducted by Korean Association of Maxillofacial Plastic and Reconstruction and Korean Association of Oral Maxillofacial Surgeons and robotic surgery. And finally, I'm very proud to share my result in Yonsei University. My paper have accepted, published on the Journal of Craniofacial Surgery, the index in Web of Science. And I also my presentation have been selected to deliver on the oral presentation in 2024 Korean Association Maxillofacial Surgeon Reconstruction Surgeon Congress. And the most importantly, I received the certificate from the MAF Fellowship. So I want to share some memory with this is Professor Hin Sik Park, is the famous professor in oral maxillofacial surgeon in the world. He have a lot of book and paper in the world. So I hear a lot of story from him and with my friend in Korea and international friend. And I have the special occasion with have a dinner with my professor at his home. and this is my unforgettable memory with my friend. And the last thing I want to say thank you for UMB, Yonsei University, and MAF for giving me an opportunity to study in Yonsei. This experience not a fellowship. This is a meaningful journey in my life. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to you for huge of learnings with your teaching staff in Yonsei and the new technologies. I would like to invite the next one, Dr. Phuong Quynh, from Faculty of Medicine. Her presentation about longitudinal brain matter volume change and cognitive impairment in Parkinson's disease. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Professor from Yonsei and University. On distinguished guests today, I'm truly honored to be here to share about my experience, 6-month fellowship in Yonsei. I would like to introduce neurology department in Yonsei. I have 3 case center, neuroscience center, stroke center, and sleep health center. This is my professor, Professor Bill Hughley. He's an expert in Parkinson's disease with over 13 years experience in neurology. He has received a lot of reward for his publication and research. When it comes to research activity, I would like to think that the journeys will have 5 milestones which I have overcome. At the beginnings, everything was new and fresh start to me. We took a lot of pictures at the Yonsei and Sovereign Hospital together. And one of the most meaningful experience were observation in the outpatient clinic with my professor. Although language barrier has some challenges, but my professor always spent his time to explain the difficult case to me. So it means a lot to me. I sent my proposal to my professor, but his topic, my professor had published 10 years ago. So this means I have to change research direction. And this moment was challenging for me because I was very new to research. Then he encouraged me and introduced me to his fellow, Dr. Xuan and Dr. Nhat. It's challenged, but it opened my eyes and it also helped me open to the new idea. So we decided, after many discussions, we decided to investigate the ray matter change volume in Parkinson's disease. And this is the longitudinal study in drug-naive Parkinson's disease. This means the Parkinson didn't receive any treatment before. In Vietnam, we use a visual assessment to evaluate the brain, but in Yonsei, I have the occasion to use the advanced tool, the whole brain software, to track the damage in the brain. So I can do a lot of things. So when it compared to the previous study in Vietnam, so this is the longitudinal study, I learned a lot from study design and the method to analyze it, the embryonic. And I also attend in scientific communication by Professor Chin Yonbak. So the key point in this class, for me, Professor always emphasize about the storytelling. If you can't explain to a 6-year-old, this means you don't understand it yourself. So thank you so much for Professor Chin Yonbak. And memorable trip in Jeju Island. And only 3 days before returning to Vietnam, we attend to the Korean movement disorder, and it's so eye-opening for me. My professor was the chairman for this conference, and this is the presentation from Dr. Xuan and Dr. Nhat. Their presentation not only attract many professors in Korea, but also capture the attraction from many experts in UK and Japan. So this picture shows behind the scene, the working moment. every day, Dr. Sun and Dr. Han, although there's very busy schedule in hospital, he spent more of time in this room to focus on research. So I learned from them that the excellent presentation were the result of hard working day by day. In October, I a little worried because until this time, I didn't receive any clinical data from Dr. Han. But luckily, at this weekend, I received the full data from his email. Our findings were very promising from nearly 200 patients. And we find some very interesting, and we believe that the results can support to the solid manuscript in the future. So this is my progression research. Although a lot of difficulty I have to overcome, like I have to change the topic. I have to wait for a long time, focus on collecting data, and I don't know the result at the end. But up to now, I'm prepared to do the next step, the last step, doing the manuscript. So this picture, what I expected at the beginning. What I expected at the beginning, I expect to learn step-by-step research method. I expect have a skillful in scientific communication. I expect learn a new field in neurology. But this is what I really learned. I learned collaboration. I learned the commitment, because doing research requires a lot of time, a lot of effort. So I have to commitment to the research. I learned the self-study. Professor can guide me the research, but only me can do the next step and learn independently. And I learned a lot of life lessons, like the gratitude, the friendship. And this the picture captured the memorable moment with wonderful people I met in Korea. So thank you for your attention and thank you for everything. I'm very proud of to be a part of MEF Fellow.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Quynh. Yeah, last but not least, you can learn and get a huge experience in the research for the young site teaching staff. I would like to invite the next Dr. Nguyen from Faculty of Medicine. This presentation of, about the single port for robotic assisted thoracic surgery for mediastinal mass resection using the single port robotic system, budget MRATS, a single institutional retrospective and propensity score matrix study. Yeah, please go ahead.
Dear distinguished guest professor and audience here, my name is Min-Geol from Thoracic Surgery Department in Ho Chi Minh City University of Medicine and Pharmacy City. It's such an honor of mine to show you the whole journey of mine in whole journey of mine in Korea to MEF. Oh. Okay, I have to say that 6 months in Korea is full of energy, full of experience, knowledge. But one thing I studied there, not only knowledge, but my professor there, he showed me that a strong body in a strong mind. This is the reason why I have to do surgery Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I have to do the research on the Friday. But on every weekend, my professor take me around to do exercise, to do workout, to do cycling. And thanks for his strict punishment. So after 6 months, I go around like 6 provinces in Korea. And it's such a great thing for mine. But my professor is also a strict one. It means that he is very, very serious about working. This is the reason why I have 3 oral presentation in 3 biggest conference in Korea related to my field, thoracic surgery. The first one in Busan conference, the second one in the KCVS, and the second one in the Asian Generalization Week. and all of them I'm a main presenter. And beside that, I have like 3 intensive courses. First, about robotic training. Second, about using ECMO. And the third one about the lung transplantation procurement. Um, yes, and more over than that, the thing I can learn there, it have a good, strong relationship with all of MEF there. I have the sisterhood with a lot of my sister and brotherhood. Especially, I have some international fellow there, one from Filipino and one from China, and they are my group brothers. They are not help me to, widen my knowledge, but help me to discover around and help me to be a better version of myself. And now let's talk about my research. You know that many years ago, like 40 years ago, like if we want to do the mediastinal resection, you have to open the thoracic cavity. But you know that it's very helpful for patient and a lot of scar the patient had to suffer. And then there are a lot of, like, because of the development of technology, so minimal invasive and robotic surgery help us a lot. But now I think that because of technology, we need to be more. I need that less invasion, less scar, but more advantages and more outcome for patient. So this is the reason why we use the SP robotic surgery. It is the latest version of robotic surgery in the world. And 2 years ago, several hospitals are the first one do this. And it's not my fortunate to be the presenter and to be the first author of this article. For the indication that we use to compare the single port robotic surgery and multi-port robotic surgery. For the single port, we use the SP surgical system. For the multi-port, we use the older version like XP and SI robotic surgery. And here is the method. And after the surgery, after the research, we can see that all of the criteria is the same between two groups. Yeah. But after about the intraoperative characteristics, you will see some small significant difference. But there are different in surgical approach, and so they are different in consult time and operation time. But their problem, they are big mismatch between the number of two group. One is 89 and one just 19. So this is the reason why I use the propensity score matching to try to to eliminate all the bias. And after using the propensity score matching, there is no difference between intraoperative and post-operative when we're using the robotic surgery, the SP, the multi-port, or the single port for the mesodermal mass resection. We all know that robotic surgery is the thing that we really want to apply because it's our future. So, but the patient for the SP robotic surgery, the patient had to pay more money. It's more dangerous because it's just one incision. For the multiple surgery, there are many incision, but for the SP, it's just only one. So what is more patient? I can see here, we can see that they're no different in the outcome, they're no different in the bleeding, but the one thing that the patient can help is they have less invasion, less incision. And I have to say that we are just in the first step in the long journey ahead, and I really want to see that maybe in the foreseeable future, I can cooperate with my professor in Yonsei University, and we can rule it out, and we can have some more research about this and have to give something for patients, because the more option that the patient can choose, the better quality of life that they can have. Thank you so much for all the things. Is it a set of video there? Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Dung. Yeah, for his so interesting. Yeah, Dr. Trung. Dr. Dung about the robot and SP WNC robot surgical system, minimize the incision in the thoracic surgery. I will invite the next one, Dr. Pham Trung, from the Faculty of Nurse and Medical Technologies. It's a presentation about the clinical impact of carbapenem presence in patients with Klebsiella pneumonia respiratory infection. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, 안녕하세요. Good day. Good afternoon, professors and esteemed guests to be here and watching us online. And it's really my pleasure to be here to represent about my experiencing and during of the fellowship and my research on Klebsiella pneumonia. And it was lucky for me to connect with Professor Chung and Professor Kim. Both of them was from the Department of Laboratories in Gangnam Separate Hospitals in Yonsei University. And for the background of my research, it was about the Klebsiella pneumonia. It was a significant cause of it's mean hospital-acquired infection. It will give the high resistance rates globally recently, and it's take critical for resistance of drug. And here in core class, through core class, the rates of resistance of carbapenem will increase year by year. So up to 2023, it was 10.3%, and in 2020, Vietnam reports say that in Vietnam there was about 50%. It was 5 times in than the Korea. So this will give us the motivate to conduct a research on clinical impact of carbapenem resistance in patients with Klebsiella pneumonia with respiratory infection. And the aims of this research is to assess the rates of carbapenem, identify risk factor, and evaluate the severity and treatment outcome of the patient. The study was conducted from June 2024 to next year. So we choose the method which will collect the clinical data and isolate, and then we use the innovative technique, whole genome sequencing with long-read platform to assess the carbapenem resistance and associated risk factor. And through my learning 6 months, I was learned about the West Lab and Stri Lab. I learned West Lab from my colleagues in the center, and I learned Stri Lab through this step with my professor. Thanks to Professor Kim, he taught me a lot for the Stri Lab, and through the meeting with his experiences on his researching on this field. And here's about the lab work I learned from my colleagues. It's about the culture, identify the OST, PCR, electrophoresis, extract DNA, prepare library for sequencing and doing sequencing for the West Lab. This is my time in the lab. And I have a chance to learn with the newest technique on NGS platform from PacPL-2, Illumia, and for my lucky time for learning from Professor Jin Hoon Young. He's doing a research about the applying new sequencing platform like Force nanoproteinology, and about the DNA injection kit testing, and he's doing experiments on optimize the process for apply this platform for conduct research in bacteria. And this was about after before we come back to Vietnam, we lucky to conduct a testing sample for signal from Vietnam, and we develop a new test kit to enhance quality for injection. And for the future, we continue to work on the current research, and my professor told me that if I have an idea for researching, he will support me to doing a research from Korea. And beyond the lab time, I was also have a scientific course with Professor Chin Yong Park. He teaches me a lot about how to have an effective communication in English in researching. And we also have time for international conference, RMC 2024. And well, we have time with another professor to connect in meeting to sharing their inspiration about researching. And this is about the our cultural exploration from hiking, traveling, have food, and have time with other foreign friends. And this gave me the amazing Jeju trip for Koika. And this is the ceremony from welcome to farewell during the time we spent in Korea. And the last one, I want to thank you to UMP MEF program, Koika, Professor Min-Geol, Professor in Hongjoy Sinkian, and my mentor, Professor Hun Chong, Jukin Kim, and my friends in 2024 MEF fellows and colleges for support me. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for Dr. Trung. We hope that in the future that we finish in the kits for diagnostic question lab resistance. The next one, I would like to invite Dr. Lê Thiện Ngọc Anh, come from the Faculty of Public Health, and her presentation on malnutrition of colorectal cancer patients and the effectiveness of nutritional counseling and motivation. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor and colleagues. My name is Ngọc Anh. I am nowadays I'm a PhD student at the UMP at Ho Chi Minh City. Today, I'm extremely honored to be here to share my experience and achievement after finish course of the MEP fellowship program at the Tran University. I would like to introduce my professor, my mentors in their career, my professor Choi Department Preventive Medicine and Public Health. And I would like to introduce Dr. Chu, who supported me in the preventive medicine. After 6 months in the career, I worked very hard, and I finished to the manuscripts from 2 studies. This is the first manuscript. This is currently is submitted to Asia Pacific Bureau of Cancer Prevention, and it is currently under review. And I would like to present a little bit about my graphic object. This is in the first study. We established a cross-sectional study in the 388 colorectal cancer to investigate the nutrition status and related factor. And we use the data collection by face-to-face interview, and we use the PCSCA assessment questionnaire to evaluate the nutrition status of the colorectal cancer. So this is the main result. We can see the high prevalent malnutrition is accounted for 87.9%. And you can see, look at it, the red colors in here is the list of the nutritional intervention. And this circle here is the main related factor to malnutrition in colorectal cancer. You can see less of the eating motivation, diabetes for the fear of the cancer cell growth, and also fat, protein, daily energy intake, lack of this out one is related factor to malnutrition. So the second manuscript, we namely effectiveness of individualized nutritional counseling and motivation in colorectal cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. So this manuscript currently be edited in English for submission in the international journal. We aim to the submit to the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And the objective is the second study. We conduct a quasi-experimental study on the 80 colorectal cancer undergoing chemotherapy to evaluate the effectiveness of the motivational nutritional counseling intervention on colorectal cancer. So the study follow up in 15 weeks. And this is the main result. After intervention, we found that most of the indicator assessment about in nutrition, for example, BMI, BCSEA, or in albumin, we also see the intervention group have the significant improvement. The prevalence of the malnutrition degree according to BMI or BCSEA. And also we have the eating motivation score, also a significant improvement in the intervention group. While in the control group, there were not significant improvement. So it is similarly, we can see this in the picture, this intervention group is improvement in significant, rather than in the control group, it not have any significant. So we strongly recommend that this intervention be applied in clinical practice to prevent malnutrition in colorectal cancer patients. And I would like to talk a little bit about the experience outdoor activity, culture, and cuisine from Korea. This is the picture we enjoy to have we ate with the Professor Phuc. And we clean the mountain. We enjoy some foods in the Kangwang market. And this is some activity, wonderful activity in Jeju. And I also have the experience to be in the handbook and visited to the Gangbok Kung, and also to learn about the history about King Sejong the Great, who were the most respected in Korea history. So I have the experience in enjoying the landscape sightseeing in the autumn in the Namis Island. And I also have the experience to again on cultural village in Busan City in the very many beautiful color of the house here. I think I would like to say I love Korea very much. And finally, I would like to express my sincere thanks to all the professors and the MED program organizer and COICA scholarship fund for supporting us to achieve today's result, as well as experience a beautiful, modern, and friendly career. Thank you so much. Kasabita.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation from Dr. Lê Thị Ngọc Anh about the nutrition consultation, increase the habits on impact to nutrition. I would like to invite the next one, Dr. Nguyen Van Tho, yeah, from Faculty of Public Health. From Faculty of Medicine. His presentation about the optimal anti-thrombotic therapy after transcatheter of the aortic valve replacement. A comprehensive review. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, hello everyone. So I am Nguyen Van Tho and I'm a cardiovascular surgeon study at the Interventional Cardiology Department. So this is just the name of the article that I have submitted and we will soon officially publish in the future. What I want to share with you today is the journey of me studying the tricuspid aortic vein implantation, TAVI procedure, and follow-up. There are two parts. Keep that in mind. So first, I have a big thanks to my mentor, Professor Yong Gok. Is a TAVI man doing 200 to 300 TAVI cases per year for over 50 years, and also do a PhD in aortic disease. And
back in my day in Seoul, he didn't treat me like a physics doctor. He treated me like a doctor in his department, and that would will much a lot to me. And I am really, really grateful that I can have a chance to study with him. And during the time that I'm in the department, I enjoying doing every TAVI procedure during 6-month periods. And I will really enjoy with the staff in the cath lab. So what I'm doing in the cath lab, I got enjoy the planning the procedure. What should I do with the patient? What I set? What is the van that I choose? I joining in the procedure to study the tip and the trick of the procedure, how to do it smoothly without any complications. And after case by case, I learning what is good and what was bad in the patient and how can I improve the procedure in the future. In the free time, I attend a lot and numerous conferences in the Seoul. It's a international conference too. And I nearly study everything about TAVI globally. So the thing is, we want to help the patient with aortic vein stenosis. So it's not just about the procedure itself, it's about the follow-up and what drugs that we use to treat the patient after that. I don't want my patient to go to my clinic and have a reoperation. So I study and write an article about what is the optimal anti-perfect therapy after the TAVI. And this is the patient-centered treatment. And luckily, my article were under review and will soon be published in the future. So, and in Seoul, I also enjoy time with my department. Well, a lot of things. And also my MEF fellowship. So, fellowship. Our research life will flourish and ignite like a firework. So about my experience in Korean, this sentence say everything. So the mind that open to a new idea never return to its original size. Well, thank you. 감사합니다.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation of Nguyen Van Tho about the new therapy anti-thrombotic after transcatheter aortic valve replacement. I would like to invite the next one, Dr. Nguyễn Thiện Minh. He's come from the Faculty of Public Health. The presentation about the serum lipids and the risk of the 12 cancers in 906,381 adults during 12 years of follow-up, finding from 2 large biobanks in the UK and Korea. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Professor and college. My name is Nguyen Minh, and I am the lecturer of the Department of Epidemiology, Faculty of Public Health in UMP. And in the slide, you can see me and my professor. He's Professor Ji Sun Ha. He's a very amazing professor, amazing mentor with me. So he is the professor in the graduate school of public health in Yonsei University. So I will share, yeah. And this is some photo when I stayed in Korea. In the right, and you can see all of members of our institute. That's the Institute of Health Promotion in Yonsei University. And when I stay and I'm learning in Yonsei, I have a chance to meet and discuss with many friends, international friends from the Morocco, from Nepal, from Lebanon, and many places around the world. And he's Professor Chin Yong Park. Yes, my respected professor. So the outcome, let's say about my outcome. I have the one poster, conference poster in Korea, and I have 2 manuscripts submitted and under review. The first manuscript we submit in the cancer epidemiology, and I am the co-author. This journal is a Q2 journal, and the second we submit in the International Journal and in of epidemiology. This is a Q1 journal, and I and my professor also planning. We are planning to write the third paper. So I would like to share some details about our project. So this is the project. We use the new study design. We use the Mendelian randomization. For more detail, is a 2 sample Mendelian randomization. So in the first phase, we use the observational study. We are in the UK Biobank and Korea. And in the second phase, we used many population around the world, the UK, Finland, Korea, of course, in Japan, in China. So the sample size, the first phase, the sample size is around 600,000. And in the second phase is around 2 million persons during 12 years. So this is some detail about the observational study. When we conduct the analysis, we finding, yes, in here, this is the column for the Korea. The Korea is higher rate to smoking, alcohol consumption, and the lower physical activity. So we also compare the incidence rate per 100 person years for the both population and over 12 cancer. So I think this is more easier to view. So among 12 cancers, South Korea have a increase. I mean, a higher hazard ratio than UK. Yeah, this is stomach, liver, and thyroid. So we also make some figure to. This is the serum lipid related associated with the cancer. So only liver cancer in the UK and Korea, it is a similar pattern. So we also make the MR analysis for some serum lipid, triglyceride, and LDL and HDL and more. And for a lot of figures, but I cannot show with you. And this is the this is a sniff. It's too small, but this is a sniff and further blood and further blood is going. I mean, I have the other paper, so I would like to share some about my idea, my project is here, and I would like to thank you, the Khoika. Would like to thank you, my professor and government and the people of Korea, and have given me a chance to go to the Yonsei to research and learning. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for Dr. Nguyen. We are proud of you with the 2 paper published in the Q1 and Q2 and 2 other oral presentation combined with the genetic data in the UK Biobank. I would like to invite the last one, Dr. Duong Van Tho.
Yes.
Yeah, come from the Community Museum. Yeah. His presentation about hip dislocation and scoliosis in patients with spastic quadriplegia in cerebral palsy. So go ahead, please.
Hello, professors and colleagues today. Today I want to talk about my journeys in pediatric orthopedics research and surgery in Yonsei University. My professor is Dr. Park Kumbo. He's a leader, expert in pediatric orthopedic surgery, especially treating congenital and acquired musculoskeletal condition in children, especially CP patients. Yeah. And as far as I remember, the first time I go to the Yonsei University, my professor introduced about myself, herself, and asked about his schedules and introduce about the hospital, like operations room and outpatient clinics. and it's made me feel professor like the friendly person, and made me acquainted with new environment more quickly. Yeah. And professor asked me, you need to get three main things when you study in the several hospital. The first is a theoretical learning, studying congenital and acquired deformity in children, diagnosis methods, and treatment approach. Luckily, I have the very lucky to have the opportunity to study in the Hong Kong. This helped me enhance my knowledge, and my professor also helped me the first assistant guided me how to do the operation. And secondly, practical training. I participate in operations like the first assistant in surgical case under Professor Park guidance, and hand me my clinical skill. This is a picture in the operations room, and Professor also get me go to the outpatient clinics to follow up the patient after the surgery. Yeah. And finally, the research participation involved in research project on pediatric orthopedic surgery, contributing advance and treatment and methods. This is the conference in the Busan, and this is the conference in the Seoul. And my professor also set Monday and Friday for me to taught me how to conduct the research, and answer any question I had, and more. I learned about a lot about the Korean people, especially the Korean culture work. Yeah, and more than I found that Korean cuisine very delicious. Yeah. And the research, I have a presentation at the Korean Orthopedic Association 2024, and submit my paper at IMAS International Meeting on Advanced Spine Techniques in 2025. Finally, I want to thank Yonsei University, Khoika, and Math, and UMP for give me opportunity to study and experience in the Korean sickness. Yeah. Thanks for attention. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for the last one from presentation from Dr. Van Tho. Now we would like to move to the next one, the Q&A in 10 minutes. I would like to invite any question from our audience here, and any comments from our professor in the board. Yeah.
Okay. All the presentation was excellent, but there is no enough time. Therefore, I'd like to ask one or a few questions. Professor who worked with the Professor Sanaji, Jisana. And presentation 15. And you showed that the number of some cancer, stomach and the liver and the thyroid cancer are more in Korea than compared to England. But I think the thyroid, especially thyroid cancer, I think the detection rate of thyroid cancer in Korea is very high. And the number of operation of the thyroid cancer is also very high. There might be several reasons, but one of the reasons is in Korea, we check check system is very efficient compared to other countries. Therefore, if we will do the ultrasonography of the thyroid, but easily we could detect thyroid cancer. But sometimes it is not necessary to find out, because as we know, thyroid cancer is not so dangerous cancer, but we detect easily. Therefore, I think the number of the thyroid cancer may be higher compared than other countries. But what do you think? Why the thyroid cancer in Korea is high?
Thank you, Professor Lim. That's a very useful information for me to when I want to try the discussion in my my paper. So actually, I also know that it is similar with you. So actually, I think I had the same the same explanation for this the reason for but they say it's not the incident, it's the hazard ratio. The hazard ratio we make the some kinds of the model to adjust by the age and the other things. So I'm not sure, but I think I consider I cannot to I mean explain my idea to more detail for you, but thank you so much for your information for me to write more and explain more in my discussion in my paper.
But the stomach cancer is and hepatoma, liver cancer, has been increased compared than other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
liver cancer. Yeah, actually, liver cancer was related to hepatitis B, but recently the rate of hepatitis B is very decreased. But however, in old person, still hepatitis B positive patient, there are many hepatitis B positive patients. Therefore, still more liver cancer in Korea also.
Could I make an appointment with you to discuss more about this paper? To ask you some advice for my manuscript. Is it okay?
Okay, anytime. And presentation, dermatology 7. Dr. Ha is in Korea. She is online.
Yeah, I'm here, Professor.
Yeah, I could not
Could
see
you hear? Yeah. Oh, but
But
do you
choose,
see me? So sorry, do you see me?
yeah, you choose several material, cacao powder, but actually cacao to several materials, and the protein placenta peptide and the monopolar radiofrequency device. And I think there might be some report that these things are important to protect aging. Therefore, you choose this kind of the material or equipment for anti-aging treatment. And could you explain more? Why do you choose these kind of things for anti-aging therapy?
Thank you for your question about regarding cacao beans. And we know that for cacao bean have the flammable and polyphenol offer potential in anti-aging benefits. And about we have to I have to explain each one. Do you is it right, Professor? I will explain each one about cacao powder, about RF, about porcine placenta peptide.
Yeah, but anyway, if we can find anti-aging material, we can earn much money. Therefore, many people are interested about how to find out anti-aging material. especially in skin department.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Lee. I would like to, now we heard Osmond presentation. We recognized that we have a cultural adaptation from Vietnamese to Korean culture. It's a very good point from everyone here. And also, all of the speakers, they present a new technology they learn from our teaching staff from Yonsei. For example, for lab, we developed a new kit, and for clinical side, we applied the new technology about robotics. And for the public health and some of the clinical side, that we applied the new technology in statistics, for example, data mining, or for the pharmaceutical, we applied the doc silico to find out something. Okay. I would like to ask the presentation from Dr. Duong Van Tho. With the docking silico, you find something, I mean, well, whether you can apply it, find some product in Vietnam similar to this for the future. That result, you find out some new agent in amine changing.
In the lab, I use a software to find out some mutation of amino acid of nanobody that can increase the binding affinity between nanobody and protein target.
Whether you can apply it in Vietnam in reality in the future in some product, animal in or something, traditional medicine, for example.
In Vietnam, I think it's far way to attain a product that can be approved. I think it's just in silico research that can
that's a
find out.
baseline. Yeah. That's a baseline only.
Yeah, there's a long path to from the beginning to the end product. It's in my research, it's just in silico to find out the mutation of amino acid in a nanobody. After that, if we want to know, we should check. We should express the mutation into protein. After that, we test the affinity between nanobody and protein target. If the nanobody can bind in well with the protein target or not. After that, we should test other factors like bioavailability, the toxicity of, for example, many factors after this research.
Yeah, that's a far away. Yeah. Do you try to continue in the future?
I hope to continue to the research, but I'm not sure, but I try to continue to do the research.
Yeah, our UMP also hope to. Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
And now we be proud of we have two doctors. We have many research published in the Q1 paper, and I would like to ask Dr. Trần Thị Hồng Nguyen. Yeah, I learned that you have some technology, the new technology with the data mining with SAS software and GH. That means that you have a certificate or not? Certificate to using SAS or only to take a short course?
I just take Kansamita for your questions. Through my fellowship, I just take the short course to how to use the SAS or 3A software. And especially my professor Kim Chang-soo also provide me the license of the 3A software for me to use in the research.
Yeah, thank you very much. Do you like it very much or just a huge work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I learned a lot when I can access to this software, and I found out the difference from the foundation when conduct the research in Vietnam and conduct the research in Korea, that they have more research, more software for the researcher. So I really interesting and think it's really helpful for my research.
Yeah. Do you find out that the genomic data in the hospital is the very good data, or do you need to clean a lot?
That's the big problem of my research because the data from the hospital in Vietnam is quite not clear, and so I need to fix my data and finalize the data for analysis a lot. So I try to finalize my analysis to finish the result of my research.
Yeah, congratulations to you. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Yeah, about the Dr. Pham Trung. Yeah, I'm very impressive for your result. You have to done successfully. Actually, now you finished the kit test, the first step to test them. But what's happened in the next step when you return?
Yeah, thank you, Professor. And in the next step, when I came back to Vietnam, it's that I still collect the sample from Vietnam, and then we extracting and then send back to Korea to analyze with the sequencing platform, and then we conduct for the dry lab and then get the result and publish later.
Yeah.
Please continue working.
Yeah. Thank you. And one question for Dr. Kim Sung Loan. Yeah. I very impressive for your research about the networking analysis. Yeah. And that's the new trend in the world about treatable threat. Do you know treatable threat? Treatable threat, that means in chronic disease, they find out some new threat for treatment at the first time in the primary care. But they have to done the new format of RCT, randomized clinical trial. It's not classical way. Now they based on the platform, the randomized clinical trial based on the platform. And also, they find out some the threat that look like the threat of mindfulness. They can predict, and also they can help us to prevent. And that's a theory driven. Can you tell us some news, some impressive thing in your research?
Thank you, Professor Ant, for your questions and also for your new ideas about the platforms. And from my study, it is mostly based on the cross-sectional studies. It is just different way we apply for data analysis. So we use network analysis to find out the positive relations between mindfulness and also emotional functionings. So which means that by cultivating mindfulness for the cancer patients, so we can enhance their emotional functionings. And from emotional functionings, its influence to the others variables in quality of life, for example, like cognitive functioning, and also reduce depressions, distress, and also anxiety for the cancer patient. And this results is very interesting for not only me, but also my professor as well, as this is evidence-based that we can find from the network analysis, which is we couldn't say anything from the traditional data analysis, but only by this network, we can see more in detail in visualizations. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. I agree totally with you. Actually, now we have the more evidence of the mindfulness in the meditation, yoga, and many forms to apply to our employee to reduce the stress. Congratulations to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please to invite Dr. Ha to can answer more about the question from Professor Lee.
Good afternoon, Professor. Sorry for my error connection. I would like to answer your question from Professor Lee Min-Geol. The reason why I choose cacao powder, first of all, because there are many cacao bean and their derivatives such as cacao powder and beverage have been long used as a source of nourishment or indulgence, possessing numerous benefits, property. And now we found that cacao flavonoid, a type of flavonoid known for its antioxidant properties, have been associated with various health benefits, including cardiovascular and cognitive health. And given this, the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety has recognized that the function claim that cacao may help improve blood flow by vasorelatability action. And the European Food Safety Authority has also acknowledged that the endothelial-dependent vasorelaxation effect of flavonoid in cacao. And regarding this new knowledge, so we conduct this study to investigate that if cacao powder can improve skin hydration and wrinkle also. And for the PPP porcine placenta peptide, we already know that it contains multifarious regenerative compounds for skin cells, such as collagen, growth factors, vitamin, hormones, and peptides. So the biological active compounds could potentiate the placenta as a promising treatment method for cancer, immunomodulation, hair loss, and more recently, an anti-aging option. And numerous laboratory studies have shown that the restorative effect of porcine placenta constituent and PPP could reduce the production of melanin in keratinocytes as well as decrease skin wrinkles. So then can improve skin hydration and prevent collagen degradation and counter oxidative stress in a UVB exposed mouse model. So that's why we try to solve this knowledge gap and aim to assess the rejuvenation effect of PPP against skin anti-aging.
Okay. Think for the questions in the chat, I can provide you some information. For the data collection in the MAP fellowship, we do not have any restriction on the location. You can collect in Korea or even you can collect in Vietnam. However, because we have quite short term, only 6 months, so we very much give priority to the candidate who already kind of have data and now to support to publish or to writing the manuscript should be better, because only 6 months, if you collect data, you analyze and you write manuscript, may not be enough time. So if you already have data in Vietnam, you can bring to Korea, and then with the professor support, you can publish the paper. Okay.
And some of Korean professors do not want to bring the material here in Vietnam because there is some problem to pass the committee at the university, but some professor wants. Therefore, I think before bringing the material, it is better for the math fellow to discuss with the PI professor at Yonsei.
Yeah, thank you very much. This time, we have a limited time. We closing the session of Q&A. Now, it's the time of closing remarks. I would like to invite the Professor Min-Geol. Yeah.
Thank you. I enjoyed your presentation a lot. That was very impressive. Some of you made the paper already, but some of you, I think, writing a paper now. But if you have more time, then you can, all of you can make a paper. And most of you have a lot of experience at Yonsei, not only academic field, but also such a travel tour to go to some place, Jeju and Busan, and there was some place, Incheon, yeah, Nami Island, yes, yeah, you visited many places. But fortunately, I also visited there. But anyway, I think you have a very good experience in many things, but especially in academic field. I think your experience is very important to improve yourself. And but you attended several academic, most of you attended this domestic meeting, not only domestic, but also international meeting also. And also, I think after finishing your fellowship, you can meet your PI professor, not only in Korea, but also other country. Like someone who you showed that you will attend the meeting in abroad. Which country are you? Yeah, you will pediatric orthopedic. Yeah, and therefore, I remember also when I came back to study in the United States, and I could meet many of the professors in my special field. I am a dermatologist. Therefore, when I attended dermatology meeting, I could meet every year. Therefore, we can discuss many things. And therefore, I'd like to recommend you, please continue the relationship between you and your PI professor. And it could help you, not only this time, but also in the near future also. And it could be helpful for your development. And the second, it is better for you, but as I told you, some of you wrote the paper already, but most of you are writing your paper also. I think it is better for you to finish to write your paper because it could make your stage more higher than now. Because those kind of paper is international paper. Therefore, many of the UMP professors also are interested to write the international paper, right? Therefore, But some of you already have several paper already, but continually to write a paper that makes your academic position higher. The third thing is, after coming back to UMP, please continue your research. And but there is a topic for you to choose. Oh, yes, I can do this kind of research after coming back to Vietnam. Please do it. And second, if you do not have any topic, then please discuss with your PI professor of the onset. They can help you. And after discussion with the PI professor of the onset, you can make your topic. And then after that kind of topic, you can submit your proposal or research proposal, not only here in Vietnam, but also internationally also. You can submit your research proposal internationally, include Korea, because in Korea also the research fund is not so much, but there is still some fund working together with the Korean professor and the other countries' fellows. Therefore, after discussion with the topic, and you can discuss with the PI professor, where can I propose? Can I submit this proposal? You will discuss with them. But anyway, I am very glad to hear from all of you. I think you can think, yes, my academic career is developed. Do you agree? Yeah. Yeah, there is a very good chance for you to have this kind. But I think you can have more chance because you are young. Therefore, you can have more chance to study abroad. Thank you. Thank you again. Aman.
Thank you, Professor Lee. Distinguished guests, we have reached the conclusion of outcome sharing meeting for the 2024 MEF Fellowship Program. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to each one of you for your participation, enthusiasm, and support. Thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events. Cảm ơn.